We are in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Hey, leave that alone. Don't do that. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on with you?
What's going on, mighty man? Is my sound okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come. Most High in Christ.
I see you got company.
Oh, shoot, she right. Yeah, watch out. Yeah, I got the kids always around me. Salakia. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Yabashim Shabraka Thumb. To the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alathah Bashim Yashad and the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Sherry Wan under Commanding General Yohana. I got with me the big priest, Officer 500 Ahabawan. What's going on, Israel? Right, what's going on? We got another Monday night history class. Shout out to the chat. The sisters checking in like always every Monday. Carolyn Radsville and Aisha Banath. What's going on, sisters? Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Right, hit that like button. Share this truth. What's going on, Maria? You know what I mean? We got our regulars in the chat. You know, shout out to all of you for supporting this truth. It's such an important thing. You know, you help get the algorithm up, and we help get this truth to our people. I mean, we got a We got a good class tonight. Um, something interesting is this class title today, this topic today, I never heard of it until today. And the rabbit hole just it always is getting deeper. You know what I mean? There's a verse in Revelations that speaks on, I think it's in Revelations 12, 11 or 12, where it speaks on the earth helping the woman. See if you could pull that verse up, Abawan, because there's something going on in this earth that's very spiritual. I mean, you go through the book of Revelations, a couple of the what they call them the smaller prophets, Amos, Zechariah, Zephaniah, Malachi, Micah, Obadiah. You start reading those books, and you start to read a lot of what we're going through today. You know what I mean? And one of the things that John the Revelator, one of the things he saw was, he saw tons and tons of different visions. You know what I mean? And these visions were revealing to him things that were to come. It's a book of prophecy. And John the Revelator was given so many prophecies regarding our time. It's a very good book to go through and get the breakdowns on and understand them. You got that verse, Abawan?
I got the let's see.
The Revelations 12.
Yep, this is Revelations 12. And
with you.
Let's see, he cast out on the earth. I'm looking for that one particular verse where it says the earth helped the woman. Hold on. I can just start from 1 if you want me to, sir.
No.
Okay.
I want to get right to it. 12. Go to 12 and 16.
I think it's 16, ain't it?
Come on.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
Jump up one verse.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth waters as a flood after the woman.
Now, what's so heavy about this verse? I love the book of Revelations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta you have to get in class in ISUPK to understand this book. But once you get this book down, it is so poetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It said the serpent cast out of his mouth waters as a flood. What is a serpent? A serpent is our oppressor. You know what I mean? The Most High put that curse on these people from the beginning of time. He said on your belly, you'll move throughout the earth. I'm paraphrasing. Meaning that this man would be low down and dirty. And this serpent, all throughout this book, he's such a devil.
Mm-hmm.
Say devil for a reason, because it means to deceive. And these waters that came out of his mouth were think of just
propaganda.
That's a good one. But you ever see in Japan when they have like those tsunamis coming over the shores? you ever see that on one?
Yes.
Like, this is what John the Revelator was seeing. He was seeing that in a vision, but he had the understanding that these were how many lies that this serpent was putting on the earth. Just a flood of lies. You know what I mean? Just waters after waters flooding the earth. That's how much lies that this oppressor has put on the earth. Keep going.
It says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth waters as a flood after the woman.
And that's heavy. After the woman. Who is the woman in this chapter? It's speaking about the nation of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So many times you read throughout the book, you'll hear, Israel being in reference to the Most High's bride. You know what I mean? we're known as in a figure of speech as a woman, and that's just to help people understand the love that the Most High has for us.
If I
You
may,
know
sir.
what I mean? Go ahead.
You know what's one heavy thing about this scripture here is that I've never heard the church break this scripture down. I've never heard them break it down.
They can't. They can't.
I know they can't.
They can't.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're
Like
lying to me so good. Keep lying to me. Attempt.
They don't even. They don't even. The Christian church doesn't even try, and that should tell you how much of a joke, that your Christian pastors are. They got to put some books away because it just doesn't line up with their doctrine. You can't speak about the Book of Revelations because no more does God love everybody. You can't get that from reading.
Can't get that from Revelations.
You just can't.
So another question I asked them, I said, if Christ is going to return an investor dipped in blood, what are you going to kill?
Yeah,
they can never answer that question.
They can't. Oh boy, they really can't. And they cherry pick so many verses in the Bible to try to make their doctrine stand. But again, this is just part of the floods of lies that the serpent put on the earth.
Damn right.
And John the Revelator saw this. You know what I mean? You think your Christian pastor is some holy man because of the lies that your oppressor put on the earth. You had the Catholic Church, who just, I think it was in New York, they just got sued and they're paying out billions of dollars, Ahabawan, for all the molestation on little boys.
Little boys, but ain't safe in the Catholic Church.
They're not. But because of that serpent, Ahabawan, they believe, these are men of God. These are holy people. These are people who have some authority on the Bible. It's absolute insanity. If you had some wisdom and understanding and you came to classes in the UPK, we're reading it right here. This serpent put, so much water, just floods of water was coming out on the earth of lies. That's what he's done. And it was after this woman. It was after the nation of Israel.
If you remember, a couple years ago, we had a flood in Detroit, and Laban and myself, we went to help Captain Mal Quad. He was with a couple guys because the car they was in got flooded. They had went through somehow it got flooded, right? So it wouldn't start. To understand how a flood works is that it's so much. In this case, it was water, right? It's so much water that it starved the car out, right? That's just one car. It was thousands of cars in the city of Detroit. It was thousands of houses. The basement flooded, and the water. Think about when the water floods your basement, when you flood your house, or how much water we get. People losing not just property, but you got things like wash machines and dryers, appliances, the hot water tank, the furnace. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing that if this would have happened in the winter, it would have been snow. It'd have been that much. You think about with all the flood waters, the snow usually is like a 10-to-1 ratio when it comes to water, when it comes to rain. So if it's 1 inch of rain, it'd be 10 inches of snow. So imagine if that would have been, the snow would have been the flood. It'd have been a frozen flood.
Yeah.
Right? All the damage. And when I'm just bringing this up, this is to bring about how much damage that it does, right? And this flood was damaging things as it was approaching this woman.
Yeah.
So the propaganda that your oppressor spews to you damages everything around you as it attacks you. That's all I had, sir.
Yeah, no, that's so heavy. The water for that. Let's keep reading that precept.
Another one, sir. It says, and okay, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
And that was his purpose, that we would be carried away. Like you brought up the propaganda, that we would be carried away of believing that the black man is always leaving his kids, leaving his children fatherless, that we would buy into the propaganda that we're the biggest drug dealers, and that we're the worst gangbangers. You know what I mean? That we're the biggest criminals on this earth. These are the lies that he tells on us that absolutely flood this earth. The whole earth thinks we're thugs. The whole earth thinks we're criminals. I type in, simple, what would you call them? Like catchwords in Google to pull something up. And if I type in, say, like a, fatherless child, they're going to bring up a black children. You know what I mean? That's how much propaganda is on this earth. Because these were set here to carry away the nation of Israel, to destroy us. And he has done a good job with his lies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's done an amazing job. How many times I hear, I'll talk to a black sister and she'll say, why are our brothers always, abandoning, us black sisters? We're not. We're not. It's a lie. And then some brothers will say, why are our black sisters, abandoning us and leaving us for white men? They're not. It's a lie. That's how we get carried away in this place. And sometimes, we buy into this bullshit propaganda and we follow it. You'll see one or two brothers run off and, go marry Cave Becky.
Dogs. What I mean? That's what Christ called them, dogs.
Yeah, dogs. We'll go marry them believing that, a black woman has too much mouth.
Give me that black mouth. Give me that black woman with the mouth.
Man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get took to counsel on that one. Like,
but you know what I mean? Those are the literal lies that we see carry us away.
That attitude. Give me that attitude. That's what I should have said.
God. Yeah. Keep reading.
Verse 16. And the earth helped the woman. And the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Damn. So that dragon cast up that flood, and that earth just swallowed up the flood. You know what I mean? The Russian icons came, flying out of nowhere and just destroyed all the lies about white people being the children of God.
Yes, sir.
About those Jewish people in Israel being the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
What about the president of the president of Egypt saying, how did the Jews go away black and come back white?
Come back white. Those are like the earth just swallowed up the lies. You know what I mean? And this is what in the ISUPK, you know what I mean, since 1969. This is what's so heavy. Slacky, grab one more verse for me. Obadiah, verse 4. You know what I mean? Because the earth has literally swallowed up the lies. And one of the main ways that this took place was in the ISUPK in 1969. And this was prophesied to happen. You know what I mean? Prophesied to happen. We'll get one more verse and then, we'll jump into, the topic of tonight. Go ahead and read that, Ahabawan.
This is Obadiah, verse 4. Thou thought exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down.
That's what Obadiah said. Obadiah said, when this dragon sets his nest amongst the stars, then will I bring him down. And in 1969, the USA, they put that flag on the moon and they said, we have landed. What do they say? The eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed.
1969. And Obadiah prophesied that this would happen. He prophesied that when you do that, thence will I bring you down. And how was this dragon swallowed up? How was this flood swallowed up? It was swallowed up with the truth. It was swallowed up in the ISUPK, which was established in 1969.
Damn right.
You want to say something, Mahabo?
I say, you said how was it swallowed up? by the earth. The
Wow.
earth swallowed that flood of propaganda by pushing out, by just releasing. Look, like we were talking about earlier, just releasing the truth behind
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And then that when the ego has landed, the ISUPK has begun.
That's right.
We're here walking on that flood. Look at this crowd.
Yeah, it's heavy. You know what I mean? Like you got to be spiritual to understand the times that we're in. You know what I mean? And you know these history classes that we've been doing every week. We have so much help from the earth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we're constantly being thrown so much good information that just dispels all the lies that Slovakia that we've ever been taught. You know what I mean? So shoot, let me start it off with
Before you started off, sir, you mind if I started off with a definition?
God, go ahead.
So, and so I looked up, the name of this class. They got reparations, and we got nothing.
Mm.
So I looked up reparations and what it meant. And it says reparations referred to the act of making amends for a past injustice, a wrong, or human rights violation. This process typically involves providing material or symbolic compensation to directly address the repairs and harms of systematic inequalities caused by a government, institution, or society.
Damn. That is Salaki.
You know why I bring this up, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know why I bring this up? I bring it up because the slave owners got reparations.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. God damn, man.
Like, goddamn, what was they wrong at? Oh, you can't beat niggas no more. You got to give us some money.
Damn. So the definition of reparations is for the.
I can read it again.
Yeah, Salaki, read that one more time. I'm glad you brought this up.
Reparations refers to the act of making amends for a past injustice, wrong, or human rights violation.
I gotta hear for a past wrong or
make amends for a past wrong.
Make amends for a past wrong.
Injustice.
Oh my goodness.
Or human rights violation. We should have been getting reparation for Jim Crow.
Oh my goodness.
Right? But look, hold on, wait. There's more. It says the process typically involves, right? So the process typically involves providing materials or symbolic compensation to systematic inequalities caused by a government, institution, or society. What did America do to the niggas?
Damn. That is so diabolical. And for anybody watching, the reason I'm laughing is because it's because of our foolishness as a people.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Where we actually, some of us, try to find a way to give our love to these bastards. Like, you don't understand how silly you look to me when you're trying to join hand in hand with your oppressor. When you're trying to find a way to segregate and integrate into his society and to fight for your rights in this kingdom and fight for your rights in this society, man, you look silly as hell.
You know what's silly as hell, sir, is that Black people got to fight for equal rights, to be human rights, civil rights, I got to fight for you to be civil with me, just to be civil. You know what white folk got to fight for? Remember that song? You got to fight for the right to party. Remember that song? You got to fight for the right to party.
Yeah,
That might be a little old. You know, I might be talking about
that's
age.
shoot. That's what they do.
Marky Mark or somebody who made that. Talking about you got to fight for the right to party. You got to fight.
Look, man, America tried to take drugs away from white people, and they were like, "Y'all are oppressing us." they tried to take drinking and driving away from the white man, and they thought their world was over.
On my way to work.
Man.
Like they're trying to stop you from killing your damn self. No.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
I got a perfect, just to start this class off. Right to that point of the definition of reparations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna read one paragraph from this article.
Look at that.
This is titled "Britain's Slave Owner, Compensation Loan, Reparations, and Tax Havenry." It says, "It's hard to believe, but it was only in 2015 that, according to the Treasury, British taxpayers finished paying off the debt which the British government incurred in order to compensate British slave owners in 1835 because of the abolition of slavery." Good night. I thought reparations were supposed to be for the abused. Reparations were supposed to be for the people that were violated. But according to the Treasury, that your tax dollars, and this isn't everywhere. We're gonna get into to more of this as we go through the class. But your tax dollars were paying off slave owners.
So look at this. This what's heavy about that, sir, is I get up, take my black ass to work, pay taxes. And these taxes that are taken from me pay off the people who own my ancestors.
Yep.
These taxes pay the people that own my ancestors. So I'm still in slavery to them. I bust my ass, they get paid.
I really had to do some digging on this topic, because when I heard this, I was like, I need to know how far the rabbit trail goes. And but Salakia Ahawan, this is gonna be one of those classes where I'm gonna say we need a part 2. Oh my goodness. You paid up until 2015. Your tax dollar is going towards paying off slave owners.
So 20 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Damn, my math is off.
Just 10 years ago, it stopped.
I probably need to take a shot. My math off.
Let me read a little more and close this one down. It says, abolition meant their profiteering from human misery would gradually come to an end. Not a penny was paid to those who were enslaved and brutalized. God damn. The British government borrowed £20 million to compensate slave owners.
How much money is that? Let me see how much money that is.
Oh, I looked it up.
You looked it up already?
Oh, I looked it up. You can look it up. But it goes a lot deeper. I think, just jumping forward in the class, I think in total, it amounted to £17 billion that have been paid out to
no. It's 26 billion with the bull on it.
Yeah, 26 billion. Oh, the one I looked up, I think it's like 24 billion. But yeah, 26 billion, 24 billion, whatever.
Give me $8 billion.
That has been paid out to slave owners. But black man, Hispanic man, and indigenous man, not a penny was paid to those who were enslaved and brutalized.
And stolen.
God,
and raped. And assaulted. And kids separated. Think about this. A woman have a child. The slave owner snatched that baby from the mother and the father and sell it to another plantation. Never to be seen again. You have another child, snatch that child, sell it to another plantation. Have a third child, keep it because we're going to raise this one up to have children, right? Now, when they get old enough, breed it because after a certain amount of time, America did us a favor and they said, you know what? We can't go kidnap these black folk no more. We can't kidnap them, the children of Israel no more. We can't kidnap them. We got to breed them. So you understand that your blood brother or your blood sister, right, could be 4, 5, 6 states away. You don't even know their name.
All right.
Your son is 6, 7 states away, and you don't know what to call him. Right?
Yeah.
You know, that goes back to what we bring up all the time, Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Those type of things happen to us and our people. And you think, oh, being such, what they call it, a doppelganger. You think that's your doppelganger, when really that might be your brother. I'm pretty sure it is.
Calm. That's heavy. Let me keep going on this. It says the British government borrowed. Oh, did I read this? Oh yeah, let me finish that. It says the British government borrowed 20 million pounds to compensate slave owners, which amounted to a massive 40% of the Treasury's annual income, or about 5% of British GDP. The loan was one of the largest in history.
Who did they borrow this money from?
Salakia?
Who did they borrow the money from?
They borrowed the money from the slaves.
No, they stole the money from the slaves.
They stole the money from the slaves.
Stole the money from the slaves.
And they made you pay it back.
They stole the money from the slaves, right? And then borrowed money to pay the slave owners and made the slaves pay it back. That's the come up.
That's it. This is what I mean about those lies, One.
The flood.
Like that dragon that flooded this earth with lies, they'd have you believe that the black man's the greatest hustler.
For real.
You know what I mean? The black man's the biggest criminal, the biggest thief. We got to stay away from those black people so they don't get over on us. Meanwhile,
the devil playing in your face.
Terrified of that devil getting over on you.
Devil playing in your face. And you know what's funny? What's ironic? I ain't gonna say funny. What's ironic about this same thing? We see these Karens out here now. We see these Karens out here, and these Karens act like they're afraid of black men.
Right.
If you're so afraid of black men, don't be in the area that a black man is bird watching, fishing, walking his dog. You got to understand these Karens are so afraid of black men, but yet and still they're not afraid enough to leave. They just go away.
Yeah.
So how can you be so afraid of black men? If I see somebody that's doing something and I'm not comfortable with it, I leave.
Right.
Look here, man. You should stop doing that. I ain't comfortable with it. Oh man, I'm gonna keep. Let's say you see somebody playing with a gun or something. Like, man, stop playing with the gun, bro. Put it down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You never know what can happen. You playing with a gun. A lot of people get hurt playing with a gun. He was like, man, you can't tell me what to do with my gun. You know what? You're right. Let me go. It's that simple. That's simple. I don't warrant you. It's that simple. Now it's like, you know what? Go ahead and keep playing with your gun. Something may happen, something may not happen. But guess what? I'm not close enough to know. But the white woman, the thing that she afraid of, she walked right up into his big black ass face. I thought you was scared of me, bitch.
Right. That's like, that reminds me of, the police when they, when the police say things like, take your hands out of your pockets. It's for my safety.
For my safety.
It's like, nigga, what are we doing here?
Like, fucking tank aimed at me, and you want me to take my hands out of my pocket for your safety.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hands in the air so you can shoot me under the arms.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it's wild. You know what I mean? It is the amount of lies on this earth. Kudos to the white man. You know, I'm gonna clap it up for the white man. You know what I mean? Like, you did a good job deceiving this earth. You really did. You know what I mean? And
you know what I really like, sir? What's been going on lately?
What's
is that our oppressor has started to bring out all of this alien propaganda. We know it's Christ in the chariots, but they bringing all this to basically to aim the people's mindset that there's going to be an alien invasion, and you gotta help the governments fight the aliens, like an Independence Day.
Kyle.
Right? You got to help the government. If aliens exist, why the hell would they want America? And then on top of that, what's the deal with anal probing? And you notice that they only abduct white people? Why aliens only abduct white people? Think about the propaganda that goes along with the so-called alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I've never seen a documentary where a black person was abducted by some aliens. Never seen that. If you've seen one, send it to me.
Yeah. And
then it's always the white man or the white woman getting abducted by aliens, and they come with some crazy ass story about anal probing. Like, so you telling me if there was an alien, and he traveled billions and billions of light years to look up your butt? No. Mo flood.
I would have to ask, the men above me for the official breakdown.
Mo floods.
I stand on that because what I do know is that the white man is such a goddamn devil. I just don't trust nothing that he says. You know what I mean? And that's the way that I move. I trust the men above me in the ISUPK because this is the place that brings truth back on the earth.
Damn right.
I mean, Christ said that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Make you free.
That's the freedom that I want. Freedom from all these lies, from this oppression, from the mental slavery, freedom from his drugs, from his pork, freedom from, his entire way of life. You know what I mean? That's the freedom that I want. And it's so just because, like I said, I'm sitting there laughing because I can't understand, how some of our people are still so lost in this place.
So if I may, sir.
If I could, let me finish this one point. Like, we just read they gave $26 billion to slave owners up until 2015, and we didn't see a penny. Go ahead.
Well, there's different types of reparations. You got wartime reparations, like in international law and history. This refers to payments or materials materials a defeated nation gives to a victor to cover damages and expenses caused by war, right? You got restitution and rehabilitation, restoring land, providing access to health care, education, and specialized society services, social services to help victims rebuild their lives. You got financial compensation, direct monetary payout or grants to close economic gaps,
Damn.
and redistribute wealth to those wronged. Even if we didn't get reparation for slavery, we should have got reparation for the Red Summer, reparation for Tulsa, Oklahoma, reparation for Rosewood, reparation for Seneca Village, reparation for what's that Lanier, Lake Lanier. It was was it George something? You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Right. So all the other injustices, right? Because that's what reparation is for. Injustices, we should have received reparations for one, if not all, of those injustices.
Good night. Yeah, you so on point, Ahabon. You're absolutely on point. And the Bible says in Ezekiel that Esau has a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel.
Damn right.
Like, there should be nothing in us wanting to join these bastards. You know what I mean? Like, these people have shown again and again and again, you know what I mean? Put it in our face, the hatred that they have for us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reading this article and they're doing this all the way up until 2015. And you know what? Some of the, if I just think of some of the propaganda, let's say over in the UK, Habawan, like you would think that blacks and whites get along over there. You know what I mean? Like you would think that, okay, maybe America's this rough place and, only blacks are being mistreated in America. But then I go and read an article like this, and it's like, God damn. You imagine black people in America paying reparations to slave owners up until 2015?
We do. It's just hidden. It's that $700 screwdriver that the government buys.
God. And that's part of the deception.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that, a lot of us don't understand. There's so many different traps watch my words. There's so many traps that our oppressor sets for us. You know what I mean? That we're so unaware of how much he truly hates us. All the different ways that we pay into his system. All the different ways we pay into, building his kingdom. We do it every year. We support his businesses. They destroy us, and like look at the interest rate on loans. Like the amount of money in taxes and interest alone that this bastard takes from us. It's absolute insanity, Agua. Yeah, I mean, so if I could, let me pull up this next article. Not grab that one yet. This is more just speaking on, defining what actually took place in 1833 as to why blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous were paying reparations to slave owners by their tax dollar until 2015. This is from Wikipedia, and it says the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833. It says the Slavery Abolition Act was an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom, which abolished slavery in the British Empire by way of compensated emancipation. You ever heard of that, Ahabawan?
Compensated emancipation.
Compensated emancipation.
I don't know what that is.
We know what emancipation was.
That's the legalization to free. Think about it. They have to make a law to legally free you from the backbeating slavery
There you
of
go.
the 17 to 1800s.
God. And
They
they
have,
did,
why you
and they,
can't just let them go?
right, and they did it by compensating the slave owners. The act was legislated by Whig Prime Minister Charles Grey, the second Earl Grey's reforming administration, and it was enacted by ordering the British government to purchase the freedom of all slaves in the British Empire, and by outlawing the further practice of slavery in the British Empire. The act explicitly delineated 19 separate pots of compensation covering the Caribbean islands, South Africa, and Mauritius. Although Britain, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand were technically included, these had relatively few slaves at this time for other reasons. So this act in 1833, and this is something that maybe we could pull a map up on it. If you look up, where the British Empire is and how many places that the British took over, like you would understand that there's a lot of countries that were involved in this, Ahabawa.
Yes, sir.
Like you got the Caribbean island. You telling me that they're paying taxes to the slave owners? You got Canadian.
What do you think that? What do you think that 30% go to? We're doing it right now. The government, you go work for one of these institutions. I don't know about the Canadian government, but Uncle Sam, he ain't my uncle. He wants 30%, right? In tax revenues is what he received out of your check before you even see it.
Right.
Before you even see it, he hitting you. The Lord only asked for 10.
Good night.
The Lord actually throw that 10% over. The government, right? The white man wants more than what God wants. The white man wants to put his nest on high.
Right.
Right. The white man has always wanted more than what God has wanted from expected.
Okay.
Right.
That's a perfect point, Ahabawan.
Yes,
because, like, and you'll learn this in the ISUPK. You want to understand white people? Understand there's probably three things. I say three things to really understand your oppressor. One, he is greedy as hell. There's no other race on earth, on the planet, that loves money as much as Esau. Number two, there is nobody more deceptive. Like when I say deceptive, ooh-wee. Like this is what's a word? The typical liar or textbook liar. You want to learn about textbook lying? Just ask a white man. He'll tell you. He'll teach you how to be smooth with his words.
Ooh,
he'll teach you how to be
what? That sounds like a scripture to me, sir.
Smoother than butter.
Smoother than butter.
Like your oppressor can come with a good lie, a very good lie. You know what I mean? And number three, if the world don't know it, he is a world-renowned serial killer, serial unaliver. You know what I mean? Like that's his spirit right there. And when I say greedy, like what you were just talking about, Ahabawan, the greed of this man, it is so hard to understand. Like I don't think people could even fathom. You put people in slavery for 400 years, working for you for free, every day. This ain't no 9 to 5. This is a 95, 100-hour work week. Work so hard till they say that our muscles would tear from our bones. Like they worked us to the bone, literally.
If I may, sir, I got a scripture.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Psalms 55 and 20, right?
Okay.
It says, he has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant.
Imagine
right?
177 treaties with the North American Indians.
But
And he broke every goddamn one.
Every
Every one of them.
But look, watch this. This is the next verse, 21.
Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah.
Right? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Man, that
butter, you know what he's doing, right? He's setting you up just to fillet you.
Yeah.
Just to fillet you.
God.
Right? This man cannot have peace with you. He cannot be at peace. We say war is in his heart. So when he's being, think about it. They came to the Native Americans, right? They came to them with peace treaties, but war was in his heart. You can't come to me with a peace treaty and war be in your heart at the same time. I'm thinking of beef squash. Right? Think about it. Beef squash. Oh, we good. Throw your hands up. Beef squashed. But yet and still, he's plotting another wave of attack while you thinking the beef squashed. You're running up on the wrong ops, black man, Native American man, Hispanic man. Ops don't look like you. Ops got war in his heart. Think about this. If you just say we got into it. If we don't go near each other, we don't fight. We don't argue. We don't do nothing. We don't harm one another.
God.
Right? And after a certain amount of time, right, our kids grow up not knowing the beef we had. Our kids grow up not knowing the beef we had. That white man passing that generation of information down. Like, let me tell you about, because war is at his heart. The Bible speaks about his perpetual hatred towards you, Israel. So he's not going to stop.
Right. And think about this on topic. Like in 1833, and this is what they'll do. You know, you get into a history class, you know, in one of your oppressors' history classes today, they're going to speak on how there were good white people and we fought to get you out of slavery and white people are the reason that slavery was abolished. Yeah, you're right, white people were, because they said we're going to pay ourselves, you know, for another 200 years. We're like, go ahead and end it. We don't care because your black ass is going to pay us in tax money for the next 200 years.
Because really, the white man wants the money and he don't want to have to provide for no slaves anyway. He just want the money.
God.
He just want the money. So why not free him and tax the shit out of him? Because I really just want the money.
God.
Right? Why house them, feed them, clean them?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Raise them up, get them medicine. No, let them do that themselves. Give me the money.
God. And think about that. Like they they came over to the Americas because they were being sold the idea that if you go to, you know, you go to North and South Central America, to the Caribbean islands, to Florida, over there, it's a land of opportunity. You can go and, you know, purchase some slaves and, you know, build this beautiful kingdom for yourself. And they were selling, you know, different Europeans this dream. How slavery is the new thing, the new business. Just like people see something like cryptocurrency today. Like that's the new business. So white people came over and purchased your ass in slavery and put you to work. That's the foundation of it.
So are you saying, sir, that in the 17 and 1800s, our nigga ass was Bitcoin?
that was it.
That's it. Sound like we was Bitcoin.
That was it. And now this act in 1833 was put here because the poor slave owners are gonna, lose out on their investments. That's what was sold to the white man, and that's why your hard bondage, your hard slavery ended, because they're now getting compensated. You know what I mean? They don't bring up how, where was it? Jamaica's a really good place to study, where they were like, these goddamn slaves, they're just not making us any money anymore.
Mm-hmm.
they're not putting in the work. They're not a good investment anymore. And as as white people are complaining about their inventory, which is what you were, white people are like, hey, we gotta right the wrong, because they came over here from, Europe, being sold this dream that they were going to become wealthy off of slaves. And now these slaves are bad for business. They're constantly running away from the plantation. They're constantly rioting. They're constantly going to war with us. We can't keep these damn slaves in line. So, you know what? Let's sign an act. And let me get my reparations for this dream that you sold me that was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
You told me black people were going to make me money. Black slaves were going to make me all this money. And I'm losing money on my investment, Ahabawan. You lied to me about cryptocurrency. It's not what it is. It's not all what it is meant to be.
What's that Trump cryptocurrency? The what? Dogecoin?
I don't
You sold me some Dogecoin. They make me 1 cent.
Come. These people absolutely make me sick.
If I may, sir.
Good night. Yeah, go ahead.
What you have to look at it is like this, right? When you were confined to the plantation, right? Compare that to not being confined to the plantation, because we're still in slavery.
Okay.
The only difference is we were confined to a plantation. Now we're not confined to a plantation, right? And how you have to understand it is that with being bound to a certain plantation, confined to that plantation, guess what? The plantation owner had to feed you, had to clothe you, had to wash you, bathe you, all that kind of stuff, right? Provide all those goods, medicines, everything, right?
Okay.
And then that was an expense, right? That was an expense. And then he received whatever labor or whatever you done. Like you're a carpenter, right? But you being a carpenter and you getting paid your wage, right? And then with you being paid your wage, and then you have all that money. The government taxes that money, right? That's just the expense for you to feed, clothe, and shelter yourself, and get back and forth to whatever place of area you got to work in, right? The oppressor still getting his 30% on top, right? He ain't trying to make a whole lot of profit. He just need to make enough. Think about this. How is gas prices skyrocketing? And Marathon and all these petroleum places are making trillions in profit. I thought gas prices was high. So you're trying to tell me if you're making trillions in profit, theoretically, gas prices is only skyrocketing so you can make some more money. It doesn't have to be this high, because usually when the price to ship or to buy a good with a company, just say you make shirts, you buy shirts for 20 cents a piece. They go from 20 cents a piece to $1 a piece. You take that and you start to to get some of that cost to the customer, right? Give some of that cost to the customer. You're still making, you're still making your process, your profits off of whatever it is. What happens is the customer starts to buy less because the price of your shirts go up. So now instead of getting, I can get 5 shirts for $1, now I gotta spend $5 for 5 shirts. Right? So you start to see a decline in usage. You don't see that with petroleum. You don't see that with gas. Because if we stop using gas, guess what we start doing? We start going less places. Right? When I gotta fill my vehicle up, I fill it up, it costs me $80 and some change now to fill it up. Guess what I don't do? I get in the house and I sit there. I ain't riding around in the hood saying what's up no more. I'm not doing it. You know why? Because it's gonna cost me $80 more.
God.
So now we start to get confined in both directions. Eventually, we're gonna be stuck in a house. They're already talking about this other virus that's coming out. You heard about that?
The Hunter virus.
I don't know what Hata.
Yeah, there's a Hunter virus from a cruise ship.
Yeah,
they got it from some mice or deer mice or something like that.
That's because your oppressor don't know how to clean up.
Yeah,
he don't wash his legs.
God.
So all you have to do is clean, right? So you're not cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you paying to clean these ships? Mm-hmm. Every time I hear about somebody coming back from a cruise, they had a virus. I went on a cruise one time. Whole family got sick. Guess what? I ain't never did again. Went on a cruise.
Right.
I'm not paying you thousands of dollars to get sick.
Mm.
I'm not. Think about it. You're paying thousands of dollars to get sick or to be confined. I'm not paying money. Money supposed to free you, right? There's a scripture that say money answers all things, right?
Mm.
Money's a defense.
Right.
I'm trying to find that scripture.
And so I think that's in Ecclesiasticus.
It's in the money is the defense in Ecclesiasticus.
Okay. While you get that, I'll pull up I'll get the next article ready.
Yes, sir.
Quick shout out to the chat. We got ISUPK Detroit, UPK Adam. We got Nashar Gabar and Tawanda Williams. Tawanda, I got your name right.
Yeah, you got it right this time. We're out of Ohio.
Good. Yeah, shout out to everybody out by Shima Shabrak Yao Shamal by Shima Shai. Baba Kashad, please get those likes up. All right. Like and share the class. You got that verse?
I'm looking for it. I can't find it. Hold on. Wait. Oh, yeah, I got it now. It's in Ecclesiastes 10 and 19. It says, a feast is made of laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Because you can buy your way out of any situation. Not saying that, you hear a lot of Christian folks tell you like, the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, why your pastor want it? Let me help get some of that evil out the church.
Right.
That evil out the church. Give me the money. I will make sure that I'm gonna take that money. I'm gonna hand it over to Commander General Yohanan. I'm sure he's gonna do good things with it. So anybody that got an evil pastor and money is the root of all evil, what you believe, give me the money so I can give it to a man above me so that the right things will be done with that money.
Yeah, we gotta hold these pastors accountable, Ahabawan.
You got to. You gonna give them your money and let them play with your little boy?
Damn.
You can pay them to play with your little boy.
Look, man, that's one of the realest things I've heard in a while. They better get in class and listen to what it is you're saying, because you'll definitely help our people out.
I have to deliver it a certain way, because last time I was extra raunchy with it and you got blocked. Hey, sir, before you start working this class with me,
God.
I used to get blocked all the time. And the internet was like, we do not like, but that's why I needed you here, sir. That's like Cap was like, calm this nigga down.
Damn.
Kodash used to come to me like, your class got blocked. What I say this time?
And this is some, maybe some wisdom to brothers and sisters. I'm a quiet brother, and it has kept me out of a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? So it's, I appreciate it at times. I'm able to, guard my mouth, at times that I probably should. I shouldn't say what's on my mind.
And then with working with you, sir, I finally learned that sometimes just be quiet and watch. Yeah, I'm gonna do what my Ottawa Sharwan said. Yeah, I'm gonna do what he doing.
Look, man, like topics like these, I definitely laugh a lot. I think we were talking about this last week, Harborn. I think you had said it like laugh at my pain or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh a lot, I joke a lot, you know what I mean? Because deep down, there's a lot of trauma and anger and frustration, and I'll go crazy, you know what I mean? Just sitting here. What's the scripture say? Give not thy heart over to too much heaviness, and don't afflict yourself with thine own counsel. You know what I mean? Like, it is very easy for Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous to fall into depression. You know what I mean? To fall into, the depression. Depression is a perfect word. You know what I mean? Because there really is a lot of heaviness for our people. You know what I mean? A lot of sad things that go on in our communities. This topic right here is one of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's enraging. It's very enraging to me, to know how much abuse that we've sit here and took as a people in North and South Central in America. It's enraging to me to see our people, look at Europeans like they're some kind of peaceable people, some kind of friendly people. They've committed so many acts of violence. We're gonna, get into this article here because, like you were saying, Ahabawan, America is not free, of this compensation. You know what I mean? And they draw it up in different ways. Like you had said, their words are smoother than butter.
Yes, sir.
I'd say we might have to do a part 2, to really paint the picture of how much the slave owners in America have been basically paid reparations. You know what I mean? Cap Kataza had broke it down really well one time, where he was bringing out the dollar amount of how much interest, slave owners have made of the backs of slavery.
So imagine 26 billion with interest. Over just look, you said it was 10 years ago when they finished paying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just 26 billion with interest over 10 years.
Yeah, it's insanity. It's absolute insanity, the amount of money these people have made from us. You know what I mean? There's I'll give a small example. There's a we might get clipped for this. I'm about to put there's there's a company in Canada called Morel Drywall. Like I said,
Morel Drywall.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in construction, and they had purchased like all the land off of the lakeshore in Ontario. Like, how would I explain it? What's a state beside Michigan? Or no, think of Michigan State. Think of like
State of Michigan?
Yeah, think of the state of Michigan, and you just follow down like a whole coastline of Michigan. That's how much land that these people purchased, years ago. And then what they did was they started a construction company. And now all the construction that happens on that land only gets given to them, gets contracted to them because they own the land. And all the businesses that get put on there, I'm talking about hotels, I'm talking about like massive malls, you know what I mean? Condos, apartment buildings, every large structure you could think of, different ports. You want to rent a dock out to port your boat or whatever. You got to go through them. And it's like their $100 200 years ago is now worth like trillions of dollars. I don't even know. You know what I mean? You could probably look up how much Morel is worth. And I'm not sure how you would find the last one. I don't know if you'd look up Morel or whatever it may be, but the amount of money that they've gained, off of the backs of Blacks, Hispanics, and Indigenous, it's absolute insanity. You know what I mean? And
how you spell it? Morrel?
Oh, let me see if I pull it up. Morel. So there's it's Marel. I see a Morel Contractors. It says it's the largest drywall contractor in Canada. But I'm curious to know if there's a way to look up how much land that those people own. And I probably only know it because I'm in construction. You know what I mean?
So they've been in business 75 years.
Look, man, you could probably you look up Morel Contractors, how much they're worth or something. You know what I mean? That's probably only a small part.
Look at this.
Of how much Morel family has. Go ahead.
It says Morel Contractor is the largest drywall contractor in Canada. Morel employs over 800 skilled union laborers in the installation of drywall, insulation, specialized wall systems, and coastal systems. Morel has residential, low-rise and high-rise commercial industry and institution projects throughout Ontario, Calgary, and Ottawa, with the intentions to further expand throughout Canada and get money.
Yeah, you look this and something I learned about this company, like you work for them, you find out that they own the land that gets the contracts. You find out that they own all the different construction companies that go. It's not just drywall, it's carpentry, it's electrical, it's plumbing. They own all of it. And then you find out, I remember one time we were ordering drywall and I found out that Morel were the people that manufacture the drywall. And they made, you know what I mean? It's like, God damn, they just own the entire industry. You know what I mean? And these people make billions of dollars, and it only grows. You know what I mean? It only grows over time, and it helps you better understand how much wealth people in America, like the slave owners and the descendants of the slave owners, truly have inside of America.
If I may, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I looked at Morel. How much? I looked at their income statements. It said Morel is an independent contractor, an Ontario-based commercial and residential construction company, generating an estimated annual revenue of under $5 million. But it is a private entity.
Yeah, Yeah, you wouldn't even know. Their family owns everything.
So you know what they're doing, right? They got this, and then they got subsidies under them, right? They only make 5 million, but these subsidies be making 10, 15 million a year. You
Look,
know,
boy, I found out that they own the goddamn union. that
they
I
own
work
the
for.
union.
They own the union. You want to be an electrician, you got to go through them.
You got to do all your training through them. So they
God,
probably got the school, the classes, and guess what?
all of it.
Making a killing.
God.
Because now they get to say, right, since they own the so-called owning union, they get to say whether you are what they call licensed or not. And then you got to pay licensing fees when you that type of
Oh,
contractor. You got to pay yearly licensing fees, is it?
Yeah, the rabbit hole goes.
So in order to say that I'm an electrician, I got to pay Morel $500 a year, so I can say I'm an electrician and I can make money.
Man, they decide my wage. Boy.
I understand.
They decide how much I get paid to do the job. You know what I mean? But let me get back to this article, not to go too far off. And again, that's just to help highlight, what people are able to do, like truly do with investments. Like so many of us, we think about, how do I just own a home? How do I own a home so I can have something to pass on to my kids? Some of us think we're doing well because we got 2 homes. We think we got 4 homes, Ahabawan, and we are balling.
Rent 3 of them out.
Rent 3 of them out, and now I don't gotta work. I am on cloud 9. What the wealth that we have is so small compared to them. You know what I mean? You got 4 houses. These people got the condos with 50 stories and 500 units in it. You know what I mean?
You got to get out on that boat with LeBron, right? You got to get out there with him, and then you'll see these houses. The houses that you see from driving up Jefferson in the city, those nice houses.
Yeah.
The houses that you see off the water, man. The houses that you see one house look like you only can get to it through with a boat.
Right.
I guess these people don't even come to this house in the wintertime. I don't know. Right. So these things are, this one house we've looked at, it looked like a university. The house looked like a building at a university. That's how big it is.
Mm-hmm. I see. Zarak took me down some places. I've seen some stuff in Detroit. Shoot.
I'm gonna try to get up there. I gotta see how things gonna go the next couple. Get my money managed correctly. Yeah. But I'm gonna try to get up there. Probably the end of June or something.
Yeah. Let me let's get back to this article. This is because now we're kind of switching from some of the stuff we read from what the British Empire did. And let's bring it over to America. This is the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act. I didn't even notice that. It's called
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's called the Compensated Emancipation Act. I didn't even realize that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And even that ideology, after you brought out the definition of what reparations are,
yes, sir,
you shouldn't be compensated. The slave owners should not be compensated.
Not at all. Hold on, sir.
God, no sweat. It says it was an act for the release of certain persons held to service or labor in the District of Columbia. It was known colloquially as the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act, or simply Compensated Emancipation Act. It was a law that ended slavery in the District of Columbia while providing enslavers who remained loyal to the United States in the then ongoing Civil War to petition for compensation. So they have in Washington, D.C., a compensation act to compensate the enslavers in Washington, D.C. This is what was going on in America in what year was this? 1862.
Can I ask you something, sir?
Come on, go ahead.
Slavery technically ended when in America?
I think they said 65.
65. So how was this that they already put in the plan? Like, okay, Lincoln's gonna free the slaves. We gotta get some bread off this.
Right.
They already put it into play.
Come. Now, let me ask you a question, Alvon.
Yes, sir.
What was taught to you growing up was the reason that slavery was abolished?
The reason that slavery was abolished,
It was
taught to me that Lincoln wanted to free the slaves.
There you go.
Right. That Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. But as I do my studies, I learned that Lincoln ain't give a damn whether the slaves was freed or not. He just wanted the Union to unite with the Americans, making one United States of America. Right. He wanted the North and the South to unite. So he didn't give a damn about freeing the slaves. He said, if I could do this with the slaves free, or I could do it with slavery, I just want the North and the South to unite. I'm paraphrasing, of course, right? So when we went to war, right, the North and the South, when America went to war, understand, America damn near destroyed itself. Then more people died in the Civil War than of any other war that the Americas has been in.
Look, man, I'm glad you brought that up, because let me read what our beloved Abraham Lincoln signed. Abraham Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. That's what I was taught. So it says, this Compensated Emancipation Act was a law that ended slavery in the District of Columbia. So this is what ended slavery in Washington, D.C. Okay?
If I may, sir, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want Mashad just checked in, right? Now, what y'all got to understand, why, Mashad, that's my dog. But he is the one that personally trained me, right? To be able to help out with this class. So I just had to give him a shout out real quick.
Yep, shout out to the chat. What's going on, out of one? Y'all Bashmir Shabrak. So this is what our beloved Abraham Lincoln signed. Okay. This was the Compensated Emancipation Act. It was a law that ended slavery in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., while providing enslavers who remain loyal to the United States in the then ongoing Civil War to petition for compensation.
So slavery ended in 1862 in Washington, D.C.?
Yep.
But the rest of the United States, it didn't?
God, not yet.
Sound like some pragmatic bullshit to me, sir.
Yeah. Look, man, it ended, but what was the reason it ended?
So they can get money.
For the Compensation Act.
For the Compensation Act.
It says, although it wasn't written by him, the act was signed by U.S. President Abraham Lincoln on April 16th, 1862. April 16th is now celebrated in the city as Emancipation Day.
Do you know what April 16th is?
Go ahead.
April 16th is the day after April 15th. April 15th is the closure of taxes day. So you got to have your taxes filed by April 15th in America. Right? So the next day is April 16th.
Emancipation Day.
Emancipation Day. Right?
And this Emancipation Day, by our beloved Abraham Lincoln, it was a compensation act for the enslavers. We said, like I said earlier, Habawan, those blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous, they didn't, they didn't pan out like the greatest business plan. Is the greatest business model. We need some kind of compensation. You pay us, and you know what? We'll let the slaves go. That's what they said in Washington. Give us some money. You compensate us. We'll let the slaves go. You gave reparations to the slave owners.
Richard is oh man, it's tough to take down, but it's the reason why we're laughing, Israel. You gotta understand the reason why we're laughing, because you if I just say this, if I run into your car, if I run into your car, I run a red light, bam, smash it to your car. I have to pay for your car to be repaired.
Mm-hmm.
So this Emancipation Act, it's like I'm running that red light, I'm drunk, run the red light, bam, smash your car up, and you got to pay me because you was in my damn way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Emancipation Act. So that's why we laugh.
Mm.
We got into the way of the white man, and now we got to pay him.
Mm.
It's just like it should be the Karen Emancipation Act. Because think about it. You walking down the street, minding your own business. You got a Karen out there, and she called the police because she don't want you walking down the street with her on the same side of the street. So now she calling the police saying you attacked her. They come arrest your ass. It's the same thing, different analogy.
Mm. Yeah. I wanted to get more into this, but I don't. I'm just watching the time.
Okay.
And what's interesting, maybe if I could just summarize it. What's interesting in America, which was different than the British. Now remember this: in the British colonies, they received, what was it, $26 billion in reparations.
They got that just a couple weeks ago. Basically, slavery ended in See, that's the British. We don't know when slavery ended in Europe. I gotta look that up.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let me jump down a bit, because what happened in America was a little different than the British, in that and you probably learned a little bit, about this history growing up, about the civil wars with the North and the South. Like, you got to understand, in Alabama and Florida, they said, F this Compensation Act. We want to keep our damn slaves. We're going to keep them in line. They're going to keep working for us. Like, they did not want to end this. They did not want to end slavery at all.
So the UK passed the Emancipation Act in 1833.
God.
Right? So in 1833, now it's 2025. They just finished paying those slave owners. Think about the generations of payments that they received. Your black ass ain't got a dime yet. A penny. So if the slave owner got $26 billion, right? How much reparations should the slave receive?
God.
If the slave owner got 26 billion, right? But the slave lost the family, was killed, was sexually assaulted, was all type of things happened to the slave. Right? My paramount object in this struggle is to save the Union. And he's quoting what Abraham Lincoln said. and it is not to save or to destroy slavery. If I could save the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. Think about it. This is what Abraham Lincoln said.
Yeah.
Lincoln said, my paramount object. So his objective in this struggle is to save the Union. Right? To save the Union. So unite the Americas. Right? And it's not either to save or destroy slavery. I don't give a damn if you're free or you're not. I don't. This is what Abraham Lincoln said. Big hat, MF. The big hat. Remember, he had the big hat. You got the small hats now that's running all the industry, and then you had the big hat then. So he says, if I could save the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. But you know why he had to free the slaves? Because he needed some more men to fight. Right? Think about this. So anybody that wanted to be free would choose to fight with the Union against the Confederacy. Right? And then you fight with the Union, you overthrow the Confederacy, and you still see Confederate flags out here today. I couldn't even tell you what the Union flag looked like. Is it the United States flag? Let me look that up.
I'm gonna keep reading on this. There's still some good stuff in here. It says the commissioners appointed to implement the bill later made a report to Congress listing the names of slaveholders who applied for compensation, the names of people emancipated, and the amounts paid. According to one account, enslavers sold nearly 2,000 people from the district in the spring of 1862 in hopes of evading emancipation and getting higher prices from Confederates than the government was offering. So you had people who were slave owners who were selling off their slaves in hopes that they could get a larger compensation from the Confederates. Like they're ready to emancipate slavery because they're about to get a payout. Oh boy.
Hey, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
If you may, I want to share the picture of the Union and the Confederate flags.
Okay, you got it up?
I got it. I can pull it up right now. Share screen. Share screen. There it go, right there. You see that?
It's oh, there we go.
So this was the picture, the original picture. This one here with the stars in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
So what America did was they remade their flag when the Union won to what we see now with the stars and stripes. Mm-hmm. But what you have to what a lot of people don't understand is that you see this Confederate flag, and this Confederate flag opposed the views of modern day America.
Okay.
How you prove it is modern day America is got to throw the quotation marks up, without slavery. Modern day America is without slavery, right? So what you have to understand is that when America butts up against another country, let's say where we're fighting, Iran, it's Iraq, right?
Right.
You don't see an Iraqi flag in the United States, right? When America went up against Venezuela, you didn't see a Venezuelan flag hoisted high in the Americas. right? Because Venezuela lost against America. Iran, Iraq lost against America. Japan got nuked. They lost against America. You don't see that big red dot over here,
God.
right? But what you do see is that Confederate flag hanging up
Yeah.
because majority of those individuals, you can stop sharing, sir. Majority of those individuals are the folk that's in power. They're the
God.
children of they're the children of children of those people that's in power, right? So their
Yeah.
grandfathers and their great grandfathers passed that same ideology down to them.
God.
So Esau's perpetual hatred towards you, Jacob, is inbred in them, and then it's learned, right? We as Israel don't know who their enemy is, but Esau knows. Esau definitely knows.
Yeah. The amount of money that they've made off the backs of slaves is insanity. And like these Confederates right here, like like you said, the children of the children. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like their legacy lives today.
The grandchildren of the grandchildren still making that money.
God. Let me keep on reading on this. It says the passage of the Compensated Emancipation Act came nearly 9 months before the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. The act immediately emancipated enslaved people in Washington, D.C., and set aside $1 million to compensate slave holders loyal to the U.S. government.
Hold on.
Like, reparations are supposed to be for the oppressed.
Ooh, you know what I just thought of, sir?
What's that?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Think about this. The Union, right, destroyed the Confederacy. So the Confederacy technically should never receive reparations for their slaves, right?
Mhm.
Because the Union won the war, right? So when you win a war, you don't pay people for slaves, do you? No, I'm gonna have to talk to some of the men above us to get that breakdown right there. Like, damn, they won the Confederacy lost the war, and then still got paid for their slaves.
$1 million. Just so long as you loyal to the U.S. government. Like this, and this again. I'm gonna bring up that scripture we started the class with, like that flood of lies that were on the earth.
Yes, sir.
Like we really believe. So many of us believe. Oh, Abraham Lincoln, he was the reason, or he wanted us to be free from slavery. And there were some good white men and some good white women who fought for us and got us out of freedom. No, they wanted to get paid. You know how much. See if you can look up how much is $1 million in 1865 compared compared to today's dollar.
I got another question for you, sir.
Go ahead.
You ever hear the Jewish man say it was some good Germans?
Damn.
It was some good Germans. There's some good Germans out there.
Right.
There's some good Germans.
I want to hear about the Germans that were paid $1 million each for their, all their sorrows of having to live with the Jewish people. You know what I mean? Like, did Hitler get paid reparations?
No.
Was Hitler compensated for what he did? I don't think. I'm gonna bring that up the next Jewish man I talk to. I'm gonna say, you think Hitler should have received $1 million for what he did to your people? It's it's insanity, and they teach us this lie that Abraham Lincoln was for us, like what Mashaw brought out, so heavy. You know what I mean? Saying the reason why, he signed that Emancipation Proclamation. Like we weren't set free in this place because they loved us.
So, sir,
Go ahead. You got that?
$1 million, right? Now, $100, $100 in 1836 is 3,500, 3,580 bucks today.
Sorry, how much was that?
$100.
$100 then.
Is 3,580 bucks today.
$3,500. So that's like a 3,500% increase.
Yes, sir. So I can only assume that $1 million would be.
That's like 35 million.
No, it's 3,000, sir. That's like 3 billion.
Hey, if you can pull the numbers, go ahead. It's a lot of money. That's all. I'm good with saying that. It is a lot of
$35,808.
You said 35 billion?
Bill with a B.
Damn.
With the bubba.
And that's what I was saying Cap Cotazar had brought out. Like, we don't understand the amount of inflation that there is, from then to now. You know what I mean? You said 35 billion?
Look at you, thought about it again, didn't you? Yes, sir.
You're telling me that's how much each slave owner got paid?
Let me see if you can see. Nope.
Damn.
Could you see that?
No, it's not showing up on the screen. No, I can't see it.
Okay, I'll put it up on the computer.
It's no sweat. You know what I mean? If anybody watching, you want to pull up that number, go ahead and pull it up.
35.
Just look up how much $1 million in 1865 is worth in 2026. And you better understand how much money they got paid. Like, you talk about how many times we talk about reparations and we just want our 40 acres and a mule. You think $35 billion is worth 40 acres?
Don't forget the mule.
Oh my God. It's crazy. And we receive nothing.
Well, now you know what I'm about to look up, right?
Go ahead.
How much was 40 acres and a mule worth in 1865?
Pull that up. And I got another number. Let me finish this paragraph out, because this is another thing we can look up. So it said they set aside $1 million to compensate slaveholders loyal to the U.S. government. This is how you became free.
Well, look, that means if it's loyal to the U.S. government, the Confederacy shouldn't have received compensation. Pardon me, compensation for their slaves.
Like they got paid. They got paid. It says the law allocated an additional $100,000 to pay each formerly enslaved person $100 if they choose to leave the United States for places such as Haiti or Liberia, which accepted Black American immigration. Could you imagine that? If you pay, so you're a slave owner, and we don't know what to do with these slaves anymore, Hobawang. We don't know where to put them. So I'm going to give my slave $100. And if they accept this $100, they can go live in Haiti or Liberia. and the government will pay me $100,000 for getting your black ass to leave.
Getting your black ass the fuck out. Hold on, I get rid of you. The government gonna give me $100,000?
Yo,
Bye, nigga. So, sir, depending on how it's calculated,
right?
the value of 40 acres on the mule is range between like a few $1,000s to trillions.
Like depending on the land, I'm assuming.
Depending on the land, you know, the mule is probably worth anywhere between what, 1,500. Good used car price, 1,500. But depending on where the land is located, where you get that 40 acres, you know, 40 acres is a lot of land, right? So you get 40 acres. That depends on where you're located. You might, if you get 40 acres compared from getting 40 acres in Hawaii, compared to getting 40 acres in California to 40 acres in Detroit and Ohio.
Right.
So it just depends on where the land is located.
Right. And let me add in this, you know, as we're talking about the 40 acres on a mule, you know who got that 40 acres?
The slave owner.
Your oppressor got that land, Hubble.
Guess what he did? He didn't lose his land. Right? Think about it. The government didn't take his land. They took his slaves. They took the workers. And then they compensated him for taking the workers.
That's right.
So he can hire more workers.
God.
Right?
I mean, like, and this is why I say it about a part two. Like, we start getting into, you know, your oppressor was given land. Like, he was literally paid reparations.
He was.
You know what I mean? That's and that's the sad thing of this title, of this class. Like, the slave owner got paid. The slave did not. You brought up that definition. The reparations were meant for the people that are abused, meant for the victims. Do you know how much money your slave owner received so that you would be free today? Like, we can't even fathom how diabolical this man is.
$1 million for your life.
This man's words are smoother than butter. Like, we really believe that, oh, these people, they changed, Ahabawan. You know, they repented in 1865 of their evil ways.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Understand the slaves was going between $300 to $500 depending on what type of slave you was. And then if you got like a remember we did the fancy girls was going for $1,000 to $2,000. Okay. Right. And if anybody doesn't know what the fancy girls were, they were the ones, if you've seen the movie Django, the black girl that hang around Calvin Candy when he told everybody to leave and he said, I didn't mean you. And she said, I know you wasn't talking about me.
Right.
That was the fancy girl. Right. The fancy girls are in-house, how can I say that? In-house sex workers. Right. That's what the fancy girls were. Right. So if you're looking at paying $1,000 then, we did the comparison a couple of weeks ago, that's close to $100,000 now.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds like some NBA money. Right.
Yeah. So
understand that. Like me and Ottawa, you know, they probably get cost $300 to $500 to buy one of us, right? Cost $300 to $500, and $300 to $500 then. Think about it. $1 then is worth what it was, $3,000 now. Yeah. So you know, we going anywhere between, you know, hold on, I was gonna say 150,000, but I think it's 1.5 million. If I'm just doing the numbers in my head real quick, so I could be incorrect. Yeah. But it's like, so you would have cost 1.5 million in. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's insane. And with think about inflation from 1865 till today is 1.9% per year. Increase. That's why the money fluctuates. That's why it's so high now.
Okay.
So.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, once I see some numbers, I get to digging in them.
Look, man. If you know we were in the kingdom of heaven, and somebody offered me you know, 1.5 billion to let a white boy go. Yeah, I might think about it.
American.
Look,
I'm
man.
gonna sell his ass. I'm about to sell the sound to him and his mama.
Could you
But,
imagine?
sir, if I may, please.
Go ahead.
Since we're talking about reparations,
Yep.
right? And reparations is really the compensation that you deserve for something that you didn't get paid for.
All right.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
So my next question is: should the white man receive reparation? And my answer is yes, he should. The white man should receive reparations. Now, if we go over to Revelations 18:6, I know you was wondering where I was going with this.
Yeah, I trust you, priest.
Let me see.
Go ahead and read that.
Let's go to we'll start at 5. Revelations 18 and verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Talking about America, the white man in America.
Look, man, this
reward.
One,
yes, sir.
This is one of her iniquities.
Yes, sir.
You like this? You know how disgusting of a person you have to be. You sitting there and you got 40 slaves working on your plantation. And you're sitting there saying, I ain't letting there will be no emancipation. You know what I mean? And somebody comes up to them and says, well, look, I'll offer you $1.5 billion per slave.
So
I got 40 slaves? You're going to give me how much money?
I'm selling 20 of their asses.
Look, man, I'll sell 30 of them. Cash out. And then because I have so much hatred for these bastards, so much hatred, not these bastards, so much hatred for these black people, you know what I mean? I'm going to still sit here and fight for my rights to have them and keep them enslaved.
Yes, sir.
But don't get it twisted. We've done classes. Don't think your black ass just went free in 1865. You had 6 years of trades that you had to go through, trade school and repayment, you know what I mean, to work off your debt and all the vagrancy laws and this and that they had. Like, your ass was not set free in 1865, which is even more diabolical, speaking to how greedy these people really are. Like, how sick of a person can you be? How much hatred you have to have in your heart to say, you know what? Okay, I'll take the 1.5 billion to let them go free, to let one of my slaves free. But he's still going to work for me for 10 years.
What about the person that said no?
And you want to know the difference, which I wanted to touch on a little more. The difference between Britain and the U.S. is that the slave owners over in America, they hated you so much. The South hated you so much, they said, you ain't going free.
Said no.
They said, no, you're not going free. Keep reading that verse.
Okay, let's say verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Now we said, should the white man receive reparations?
Okay.
Right? Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Damn. And
double upon her double according to her works.
Look, man, a humble one. I tell you tell me I let a white boy go for 1.5 billion. Christ is gonna remind me. I said reward him double. You ain't letting that white boy go for less than 3 billion.
Exactly.
And and after you let him go for 3 billion, he's not working 10 years for free. He's got 20 years of more service to
40 years. And I'm gonna put my dogs. I guess you gonna when I release him,
man,
the dogs gonna take a bite out his ass.
And on that night, a humble one on that 20th goddamn year after you've done doing the work, I'm gonna put some crack cocaine in your pocket, and your ass is going to jail.
I'm taking
And
your ass.
and now you back in slavery, working for free, in a prison somewhere for I don't know how many goddamn years.
I'm gonna put crack coke. Look,
Man.
I'm gonna run into your door to school and snatch her out of school and tell everybody she had crack cocaine in her book bag.
I'm snitching, boy. I'm snitching out all you white boys.
Real. Meth. Oh, let's get back to this. It say reward her even as she rewarded you. And double unto her double according to her works. Now that right there, I got to get a breakdown of that because double unto double, that sounds like 4 times.
Look, man.
That sounds like some multiplication.
You preachers saying God loves everybody. Look, we can talk about God loving, everybody after I get my reparations.
God love everybody. Who this gonna happen to?
Look, man, after they're done their 5,000 years of hard bondage, maybe, we can talk about God loving everybody. Because what they've done is absolutely diabolical.
The scripture says what she gave to you, double it up. Now, I ain't gonna be SA and no dog. That's nasty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, no. I'm gonna send them in the back room and breed them. Cause he gonna teach me how to breed them. Cause he already know. He already breed dogs.
Look, man, Capadar, he got some games ready for them. Yeah. I hear Capadar's got some real good games ready for y'all in our kingdom. Sure. Let me close up the class by quickly reading through this. Did I pull it up? Yeah, right here. Let me just read through this really quick to kind of just remind everybody what this is. I forget the name of the other one, but this is the Slave Compensation Act of 1837, and I really need our people to remember this. This was an act of the Parliament of the United Kingdom, signed into law on the 23rd of December, 1837, together with the Slavery Abolition Act of 1833. It authorized the commissioners for the reduction of the national debt to compensate slave owners in the British colonies in the amount of approximately 20 million pounds for the freeing of slaves. Based on a government census of August the 1st, 1834, more than 40,000 awards to slave owners were issued. Since some of the payments were converted into 3.5% government annuities, they lasted until 2015. Most were sold and the money sent abroad for investment. Like, we gotta wake up, black man. You know what I mean? We really gotta wake up. You got over 40,000 people. These are families. Do you know how many people benefit off this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're paying this out up until 2015. Your tax dollar was going to the reparations of slave owners. You tell and man, don't ever tell me slavery is over and done with. 2015, your dumbass was paying taxes for the reparations of slave owners.
Yeah, I'm right.
This place got to burn, man. Sloppy. Anything else you want to say on this?
I'll say we are the ISUPK. Started on 1969, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And what we do is we teach Black, Native Americans, and Hispanics the truth behind these words that's in the Bible, right? Hey, what's the address of the school, sir?
It's 11. I'll pull it up real quick.
Is it 365? 11,360?
It is, it's not saying here. I think it's 11611 Moras Road.
Moras Road. So understand right there on the corner of Moras and Kelly, the school is right there if you're in Detroit. It's right there on the corner. Show up, ask any question you want to any individual, and the brother's gonna point you in the right direction.
Okay.
You should come on over there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hey, y'all, we need that algorithm to go up. Pay your tax so we can go out here and keep doing this work. Sir?
Okay. Well, water for you, Arbor. Water to everybody who tuned in. All right. CJTO, water for tuning in, and everybody else. Y'all Bashim Shabrak a thumb to the brothers. Yahawa Shamar Lathan. Shimmy Hawashai to the sisters. Don't forget, tune in to Black Watch. All right. Black Watch is live. You know what I mean? It is. If you're not tuned in to Black Watch every week, you're not awake. You're asleep.
You're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah, it is the greatest. It is the greatest podcast or news station for Blacks, Hispanics, Indigenous. Black Watch, don't miss it. Hear it from the heavy hitters themselves, breaking down all the news. Tune into that, and with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.